this might have been the best win of the year so far. I know we had the win over the Lakers, but this game might have topped that, okay? The Warriors beat the Miami Heat on an amazing comeback in overtime by a final score of 120 to 112. And the funny part about it is Curry really didn't have that great of a game. He really couldn't get the three ball going until the end in overtime. And overtime was really nerve-wracking because neither team could score. It was at 105 for a while. But the Warriors, Kent Bazemore, definitely wins, in my mind, player of the game. Kent Bazemore had season-high 26 points, and he came up clutch at the end when he needed to. Wiggins also had 23 points, and Curry, despite having a down game, had 25. Oubre also had 25 points. And also, another notable thing about this game, Draymond Green did not play. So a pretty big factor in our success lately did not play in this game. So I think it's pretty notable that the Warriors could win a game despite Curry not playing well and Draymond Green not playing. So I think this was an amazing win. The Warriors were just on a run at the end. I mean, they outscored the Heat by 10 points in the final quarter. And the Warriors, the fourth quarter, because technically overtime is the final segment of the game, but they had amazing defense. The Heat could not get anything going. And if you look at the first part of the game, Warriors were down 12 at the beginning of the first, then down 15 at halftime, then down 10 at the end of the third, and then tied it up at the end of the fourth. And then obviously outscored the Heat 15-7 in overtime. And I mean, the defense has been really good lately, and I think if Draymond played, it would have been even better. And this game felt like a playoff game. It felt like a finals game, maybe even. It was just so crazy that the Warriors could step up. And by the least, who would have thought Kent Bazemore would have been kind of the reason we won this. I mean, if you look at also the Warriors, they shared the ball well. I mean, 32 assists total. 3-point percentage, was bad. They were 18 for 52 on threes, and that was probably because of Curry couldn't get it going. But at the end, I'll let it slide. I mean, he made up for it. He made a clutch one at the end to seal it. 45% field goal percentage for both teams. The Heat were really, really good at the beginning of the game. They weren't missing really anything. It was nice to see Andre Iguodala come back. Respect to him. He's definitely one of our best players ever. Free throw percentage 76%. But God, I thought we were losing this. We were going to lose this. Even in the fourth quarter, we were down by 13, 5 minutes left in the game. And they go on an 11-0 run. They allow some points, but they answer back. Curry, to his credit, he didn't have a great game, but he did make up for it in the moments. And even Pascal had a great game. 11 points isn't great, but off the bench, I'll give it to him. But 26 for Bazemore off the bench. Now this guy, I think he's making his case to be in the starting lineup. I mean, I don't know where he'd necessarily go, but I think it's good that the Warriors have such a deep team because you have guys like Toscano Anderson, who only had 2 points, but he still has 6 assists. He's still sharing the ball. I'd say, maybe the Warriors aren't a finals contender, but their lineup is really good. And I think that's something to, take note of. And besides, obviously they have a lot of injuries too. Wiseman did not play either. So when those guys come back, I think we're going to definitely be more of a scary team. I think one thing we have to work on is offense in general. We can't just wait until the end to make a bunch of points like we did out there tonight. We got to be scoring the whole night. We can't be. I like the comeback wins, but they're not practical, nor efficient. So I think if we can come back, in a more easy, efficient way, it'd be a lot better. We won by 8 though. I'm not complaining. Overtime, we moved to 16-13. The Heat, they were in the finals last year, but they're not having as great of a year. But Jimmy Butler still is really good. So is Tyler Hero. So is Bam Adebayo. So I'm not dismissing that. But 120 to 112, 15 points in overtime. The Warriors get it done. And we will play the Orlando Magic team, another team from Florida. Our schedule coming up is pretty easy, actually, in my opinion. We got the Hornets, we got the Magic first, then the Hornets, which I think that should be a win. The Knicks, the Pacers, and the Hornets again. So, we'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and go Warriors. Good win out there.